Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. Shit. I knew it was a matter of time. Anthony Joshua breaks his silence regarding the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury fight. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Big up to the channel members. You know, I went to Wilder Fury, covered as media. Great fight. Great night. I knew this was a matter of time before we start hearing from the Eddie Hearns and Anthony Joshua. He was a little bit sleepy. He said he was going to sleep. So, you know, I figured it'd take an extra day because he said he wasn't staying up to watch the fight. He had some shit to do. And that time is here. Smash the like button. We'll go over what he said. And I'm glad he just responded. This is an awesome thing, you know. And this recharged the heavyweight division, Wilder fighting Fury. I'm so glad it happened. Now let's get into what Joshua had to say. It says, Sky Sports, interesting times. Deontay Wilder very interested in Anthony Joshua fight, says the Americans co-manager Shelly Finkel, ... Anthony Joshua on his verified Twitter responded, "What took this fool so long? ? Like we ain't been interested." You know, he put that emoji. Anyway, well done, Tyson Fury. They wanted to get you because they assumed you was finished. I'll give you a fair one when you ready. Either one of you. Oh shit. Let's get it. Listen, I knew this was gonna happen. You know, Wilder, he had a fight. Some people thought he lost. Some people thought he won. Some people thought a draw was right. And, you know, anytime fighters show vulnerabilities or whatnot, it usually opens the floodgate. And I knew this would be a matter of time. I talked to Wilder post-fight. He says he wants Joshua. He'll give Tyson Fury a rematch. He's not against going to the UK for either, you know, as long as it makes sense and, you know, the money's right and whatnot. Anthony Joshua also said, anyway, back to the gym over in the USA, training local time, military time, 1842. I'll get some replies done this week. You know, I'm glad, man. You know, this is a good thing. Wilder retained his title. You know, some people thought Tyson Fury should have won it, but you know, this definitely helped the heavyweight division. So in lieu of Joshua fighting Povetkin and the Wilder Joshua fight not happening, right? This helped the heavyweight division because you got to see how good Tyson Fury is, even coming back from that dark place that he was in. And, you know, he put up a hell of an effort. Wilder, he also showed heart to be losing in like rounds and getting outboxed badly in the middle and, you know, produced those knockdowns. Those were pertinent. You know, without those knockdowns, it would have been, you know, an easy fight to score, right? You know, and it would have been easily for Tyson Fury. But, you know, 2 10-8 rounds plus the rounds where there weren't that much, you know, action, the filler rounds in the beginning, draw-ish. But I'm glad Anthony Joshua was talking, and I'm glad this has inspired him. He called him a fool, and you know, we're really entering interesting times. In 2019, I think this could be a really good year for boxing because you got just a lot of stuff happening. Triple G has to find a new home with HBO Boxing going out of the picture, so that's one less broadcaster. You know, DAZN, they're looking to, I'm sure, continue and put on some big fights. So we got to see what their calendar's looking like. Showtime hooked up with PBC again for a long-term contract. PBC hooked up with Fox. They got some pay-per-views, some big fight, Broner Pacquiao. You got Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence. And I'm really interested in what's going to happen in the heavyweight division. Derek Chisora, Dillian White, too. Does it get Anthony Joshua? See, I'm going to be disappointed, to be honest, with Joshua saying this, because I don't, at this point, based on the fight, I was there live in the Staples Center. I don't care if Joshua fights Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder next. You know, me, I would love to see Wilder because I think he's been in the queue waiting for this. Plus, it's undisputed. But after that type of performance and that heart and the chin and everything that Tyson Fury showed, then the Joshua fight is really good too, because Joshua is more technical than Wilder, but Wilder hits harder. So, if Wilder connected flush shots, because even the two-piece that sat Tyson Fury down, he recovered pretty quick. He got up and he just moved around a little bit, and he even got hit with another big shot and then rallied back in that 12th round. So, Joshua has had some stamina issues, and I don't know, and according to other fights, like Richard Hightower, who sparred Klitschko's, both of them, Joshua and Wilder, he said Wilder hits like 6 times harder than AJ. So, AJ's better technique with power, or Wilder's lesser technique with more power, what would give Tyson Fury more problems. Styles make fights. A lot of people also think Wilder will, they're more confident that Wilder versus Joshua, how it will play out based on Tyson Fury. But Tyson Fury is a very, very interesting and unique, I want to say, enigma of a fighter. There's not really, he's been on record and said this. He said, I'm the second coming of Ali, basically. There's no one that moves like me for my size and weight, and I'm a born fighting man, and a message to the weightlifter: I'll fight you at 25 stone. He's very unique. Like the way he moves, his feints is like real jittery, herky jerk. Like his size, his confidence. Like, I really break this sport down. I really look at the fight. And from being in the Staples Center, one thing I noticed that was crazy, and it shows that Tyson Fury is from a long line of fighters, and instinctually he is a fighter, is how he battled back in that 12th round after being badly hurt and virtually knocked out, and then got back up and recovered, and then went on to actually have success. Maybe Wilder punched himself out, was tired, whatever, but he did pretty good in the remainder of the round. But another thing that showed me is after, I don't know if it was the first or second knockdown, I want to say maybe the first, Tyson Fury was playing games after he got knocked down with Wilder. Like, he put there should be pictures floating around the internet. He put his fucking hands behind his back after getting knocked down. He did, like, Tyson Fury's a fucking handful, because that's not ordinary. Most people, they're worried about saving their own ass. Tyson Fury was still trying to do the showmanship stuff, and he wasn't made to pay by Deontay Wilder for doing that. And like, there's a couple times putting his hands behind his back and shit like that. And he did it after he got hurt, after he got knocked down. And I was like, wow, this dude is crazy. He's tripping. You got this immense puncher in Wilder, and you just got dropped, and then you get back up and you're still like, taunting the bull. Crazy. That's some Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Hands of Stone shit. So, Tyson Fury, I want to see him get the opportunities. He deserves another big payday, be it Wilder 2 or a Joshua next. That's a huge domestic fight in the UK, especially after, the perception that Tyson Fury won to a lot of people. So no matter how you slice it, this shakes things up. Wilder did do an interview. He said he broke his hand 12 weeks before, I guess, he started camp. But he says, I'm not making any excuses. It's the reality of it. So I don't know. A rematch with Wilder would be good. There's options here. If Anthony Joshua is like, it's cool he's putting this, and I like how he's responding promptly, but he's done this before where he says, oh, I'll fight either. It's mad, and then he ends up fighting Povetkin. So, it's going to be all eyes on Joshua like a Tupac album. We're going to see, does he fight Dillian White, Derek Chisora, Gerald Miller, or does he really go after Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder? Because one of my gripes before the Wilder-Fury fight and the outcome and seeing it is Eddie Hearn. They weren't really talking about Tyson Fury as a logistical option. They were saying like, oh, he has a rematch clause and this and whoom. But they weren't really talking about AJ versus Tyson Fury. They kept saying, hey, we reached out to Wilder. But now Tyson Fury, he doesn't lose anything here because he was the man expected to fail, the man expected to get knocked out, and he didn't really fail, and he didn't get knocked out. So he could go on and fight Joshua in a huge domestic fight. So it's going to be interesting to see what type of play Team Joshua makes next, because with all that just happened over this last weekend, I hope the pay-per-view ratings are good. I really hope, because that would be icing on the cake and give the Wilder and Fury more leverage against A-side Joshua. But beyond that, I think the pressure's on AJ as a unified champion to fight either Wilder or Tyson Fury, because who wants to see Dillian White 2, no disrespect to him, or Derek Chisora versus AJ, when we just seen this epic war from the best fighting the best, and they told each other post-fight, I was right there, they excluded AJ. They said, you're looking at the number 1 and number 2 heavyweights in boxing. So, for AJ to prove his case, he's going to have to fight one of them. They're saying they're the top 2, both of them. So AJ, if he feels he's the top guy and he can knock out either, then we got to see it. It's that simple. Because so far, they just had an epic fight that, it looks like it will hopefully do well. At least the live, from being there, it was like 18,000 people, almost 17 and change. And, now he's saying what took this fool so long. So, I don't even care about the finger pointing right now. That, to me, that's a little bit weird that he's saying what took this fool so long, as if Wilder wasn't, the only reason Wilder even fought Tyson Fury is because he couldn't get AJ. So it's funny that Tyson Fury has exposes some vulnerabilities in Wilder. Now Joshua was saying, hey, what took this fool so long? But he was the one saying he's going to bed. But, I'm not even going to cry over spilled milk. I just want to see what happens next. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know, how does this triangle play out? But there's some variety here, and this is a positive for boxing. And I knew even with the draw that it would be great. Joshua responding is good. This is a good sign. It's really going to be a lot of pressure on Joshua to see who he fights. Because if he fights Gerald Miller, or if he fights Dillian White, Derek Chisora winner, then why couldn't you get it done? Meanwhile, Wilder and Fury just had an epic fight, and they got the fight done pretty seamlessly with little struggle or strife. So we'll see what the A side, Anthony Joshua, Team Joshua, which I think everyone is in agreement that I guess AJ is the A side, but the other guys deserve something fair. And he's saying, I'll give either one of you a fair one. So he breaks his silence. Make sure you smash the like button and let me know your thoughts in detail in the comment section. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.